What is up, y'all? We're live on YouTube and Facebook, and we're trying to get live on Instagram, but we're having some phone issues. So we're getting that fixed as we speak. We have our phone propped up on a massive protein jug. Charging on a port. What's the matter, buddy? What's the matter? All right. We're now live on Instagram as well. What's up, y'all? Rival's in the building. You gonna feed him? All right, he's gonna get some milk. So let's talk about motivation. All right, motivate. Dylan Shamlin, what's up, Dylan? How you doing? So motivation. What's up, James? How you doing, brother? So let's talk about motivation. Motivation is great, but it's very fleeting. All right, so like motivation will get you fired up and ready to go for like a day. You can watch a super inspiring movie and feel like you're ready to rock and roll, and it lasts 24 hours. You can watch Top Gun and be like, man, I'm gonna go get my pilot's license and become a fighter pilot, and you're like not even thinking about that after 24 hours. So motivation is great, but it is incredibly short-lived. Does that mean you should dispel it completely? No, not at all. But recognize that motivation is not really going to get you anywhere long term. You have to have discipline. Discipline and consistency trump motivation. 100% agree there, Ralph. Which is honestly why my manifesto for the year is Discipline is Destiny, after the book by Ryan Holiday. Because motivation, like I said, will only get you so far, but discipline will get you through the long game. And I was actually listening to an audiobook today by Ben Greenfield, and he's talking about, he's got a chapter called Chop Wood, Carry Water. And basically it's all about just doing the day-to-day things, whatever those may be. It could be a job, it could be your business, it could be training, it could be your nutrition, whatever it may be. The whole mentality of chop wood, carry water is to simply put in the work every single day without fail, without excuses, and to do so ideally with a positive frame of mind. Because you may be stuck in a job you don't like, you may be doing something that you find not too desirable. But if you go through the day with this negative mentality towards it all, then everything's just gonna be miserable. And what good does that do you? However, if you go through the day and you chop wood, carry water, and do whatever the menial task is, or do whatever task you have in front of you, no matter how menial it seems, but you do so with a positive outlook and an inspiring, mentality about it, then you'll likely see the world through a much better lens, and you'll see opportunities that you wouldn't see otherwise. So yes, motivation is great, but it's incredibly fleeting. Figure out what it is you want to do in life. Figure out what the steps are necessary to make progress towards that desirable thing, and then chip away at it every single damn day. My superpower, if there was a superpower, would be to do something monotonous every single day. And that's the case with the business. That's the case with my training. That's the case with my nutrition. Like I've got 8 months of competition prep ahead of me here. I've got to eat the exact same thing, or pretty much the same thing, for the next 8 months with fewer and fewer calories week after week after week. That is oftentimes the kind of simplicity and lack of variety that makes people go crazy, but I'm not really tripping about it, because I know that at the end of that journey, there's something much more fulfilling that awaits me than that temporary high that I would get from indulging in something that's tastier with more variety. So that can be said across the board for whatever your goals in life are, whether it is relationships, business, anything. Figure out what it is that you want to achieve. Figure out what the steps are to do them, and then make progress towards that every single day. When I wrote my book's like a pretty big book. It's like 400 plus pages. I wasn't making much momentum with the book until I committed to writing 500 words a day without fail, no matter what. So that is simply another example of chopping wood, carrying water. Figure out what it is you want to do, have some tangible steps to do it, and then never, ever deviate from it, ever. All right, I'm going to dive into some questions here. Miriam, how you doing, Miriam? Hope all is well. Triple G, watching this live is motivating. I like it. Let's see here. Paying the time gate to create a new habit until it becomes automatic. 100% agree with you on that one. I actually recommended a book today to one of my employees called Atomic Habits by James Clear. It's a great book. Highly recommend it, that y'all read it. A lot of these business books, self-help books, motivational books, they all kind of say the same thing. But this one's good because as you're reading it, it's like you can recognize, you can apply it to your own life pretty easily and figure out how it is you spend your time. Dictate your time accordingly. If there are things that you'd be saying no to in life, then say no to those things. You can't always say yes to everything because it'll run you and spread you thin. I am very guilty of this. I oftentimes spread myself too thin. Hi, do you think creatine is a must for 59-year-old women? I find myself less defined in midsection since taking it started December 30th, 2022. It's not a must, but it certainly is not a bad thing to have. Creatine, I mean, there's so many studies on creatine. It's going to help from a muscle preservation standpoint. It's going to help with an ATP standpoint. You're going to have more energy, better recovery, potentially a little bit more strength in the gym. Nothing astronomical, but those positive changes compounded over months and months and years add up. So I would recommend taking.
Sorry, guys.
Let's see here. I would recommend creatine for sure. As far as your midsection being a little less defined, that's probably more so something that you can correct by just tweaking your electrolytes a little bit and the amount of hydration you have. So some creatine in some people can cause a little bit of fluid retention, but ideally that water is in the muscle cells and not in your subcutaneous layer of skin or in your midsection. I've learned that goals are good aims, but the best results come from loving the journey and forgetting the reward of the goal. 100% agree. I think not having a finish line mentality is key. Don't have a finish line mentality, just enjoy the journey. Hey, Crystal and Rigel.
Hey, hi, guys.
What's up, Rigel? You happy now you got some milk in you? Look at those cheeks. I want to squish them. And he gets those cheeks, I think, for me. I got fat cheeks. Although I think that my cheeks have gotten less fat as I've gotten a little older. I think when I was in my 20s, my cheeks are fatter for sure. How much water and electrolytes do you recommend, or is it different for each person? It's going to be a little bit different for each person based on your level of perspiration. But generally speaking, you want to have enough water. You just spit up, rag. You want to have enough water so that you are 5 of your daily urination need to be relatively clear. That's a pretty good proxy to go off of. If 5 of your daily urinations are pretty clear, then you are more or less hydrated. There's a couple of equations like based off of your weight to consume X amount of ounces. I don't really put a whole lot of emphasis on that. I would just try and consume enough water so that at least 5 of your daily urinations are pretty clear. As far as electrolytes go, a 2-to-1 ratio of sodium to potassium works well for most people. So I'd recommend starting at about 4,000 milligrams of sodium, 2,000 milligrams of potassium, and then scaling up from there as needed. Airing live at Health and Wellness. Hello, our Savage fam, Keto, Tiny, and Vintage. What's up? How are you doing? Haven't talked to you in a while. Hope all is well. I think it's helpful to give yourself small goals. Yeah, small goals, and then just chip away at them daily. Hope you all had an amazing Easter. We did indeed. Nat, you want to check on some of those Instagram questions? Natalie McCormick, you betcha.
Do you read the Driving to Arkansas?
I haven't read anything on Instagram yet.
Oh.
I read that actually.
Okay.
Dedication, discipline, and consistency.
Driving through Arkansas on the way home to Kansas tomorrow, staying in
Tupelo,
Mississippi tonight.
Tupelo, Mississippi. We waved at Keto Greg.
I guess so.
Atomic Habits is a good one.
Yeah. Yeah, Atomic Rocket Fuel is great too.
I haven't read Rocket Fuel. Who wrote that?
Hi, Rigel. Let's see. Yo, Savages.
What's up? What's up?
I want to eat that.
Is creatine dosed per kilogram of body weight? And thank you. I wouldn't really dose it per kilogram of body weight. I would just simply have 5 grams a day. Whether you're a male or a female, like some people say, if you're a female, have 3 grams. Yeah, you can do that. But I mean, most creatine comes in 5 milligram scoops. Just get a simple creatine monohydrate. There's no need to get a different form of creatine. It's just going to cost more money and not be any more effective. So I would just do 5 grams of creatine monohydrate a day without fail. The thing about creatine is you have to consume enough to super compensate your muscles with it. So you can't really reach supra physiological levels of creatine saturation just from eating meat alone, even if you're eating a ton of steaks a day. So I would just supplement 5 grams a day consistently, keep your muscles saturated. There's no need to cycle off of it or anything like that. Are you speaking at KetoCon? You are speaking at KetoCon, right? Yes, I am speaking at KetoCon. I'm speaking on the entrepreneur panel, which I think is Saturday morning. And I'm also speaking on the main stage on Sunday. And my topic is turning a passion into a lifestyle, which is a topic I'm excited to speak about, but it's actually kind of a challenging topic to come up with slides for because it's kind of abstract. So, but I'm excited about that. I think Crystal liked my slides.
Mm-hmm.
So whatever she says goes. Hopefully y'all will be at KetoCon. What brand for creatine? So there's a couple different brands that I like. Cynthia Thurlow actually just got her own brand. So if you like Cynthia Thurlow, check out her creatine. I've also been using the First Form brand creatine. Of all the creatines I've used, I probably like First Form the most. It dissolves the best. It's pretty well tasteless, and yeah, it doesn't like leave your glass of water with a bunch of clumps at the bottom. So definitely like that.
What show are you aiming for this year, Robert?
I'm shooting for a few different ones. The Washington State Natural in mid-October in Washington. And then I'm going to be doing Worlds more than likely in Washington as well. That one's in November. There's a couple other ones too. There's one in New York, one in Massachusetts. Those I haven't committed to yet, but I would like to do at least 3 shows this year, possibly as many as 5, which would be a lot. What else we got, y'all? New friend from Philippines. What's up? Dakalane Tomboy from the Philippines. Rancher, what's up, buddy? You just want some attention? You just want some attention? You hang out with me most of the day. Most of the day. Pretty good bit of the day. Pretty good bit of the day. All right, what other questions we got, y'all? Hopefully y'all will be at KetoCon, though. I'm excited about KetoCon. I can't eat any of the barbecue, which is going to be kind of frustrating, but I'm excited to be there and see y'all nonetheless. I'm just being a goober right now. All right, what questions we got? You got anything to talk about, man? What's your take on motivation?
I think you nailed it.
I nailed it? No other thoughts?
I don't think so. I think motivation is a short-term thing. It can encourage you to do a lot because like things can come from motivation, but hey, gentle, please.
Gentle.
Gentle. But I think most of it is just going to come from determination. Gentle. Determination and discipline and things like that. And I think motivation is like a short-term thing, but motivation can encourage you to start looking or thinking or whatever things, and then the discipline is what you have to kind of like figure out next. And like motivation is not what people think it's cracked up to be. I do not motivate it every day, it comes in waves.
I'm down 245 pounds. That's freaking awesome. Huge congrats. Maintaining 13% body fat for 3 years. I don't work out much. I just move a lot. I'm up 4 or 5 pounds of lean muscle over the last 2 months. 90% carnivore, 10 carbs a day, using your advice. That is truly freaking awesome. 245 pounds down is just, that's hard for me to even fathom. You have any like before and after pictures? I'd love to see that. But that's freaking awesome. If there's ever anything we can do to help, continuing on your journey, let us know. I'll be at KetoCon. Woohoo. Awesome, Natalie. We are excited to see you in person. You think Greg's going to be at KetoCon? Greg's getting a DEXA scan. I'm going to get a DEXA scan. I actually just got a DEXA scan, Greg. I'm curious to see what yours at KetoCon is, though. What else we got, y'all? What else we got? We're 14 minutes in, but we can keep on going. At 42, yeah, I'll send them through the website. Yeah, send them through for sure. I'd love to see those. Love to see those.
No,
All right.
spicy. Mm-mm.
I've been getting
Nigel.
mackerel, and that's been one of the staples in my food. Mackerel, the Patagonia brand canned mackerel. Of course, it doesn't like it because it's expensive, but it is absolutely delicious. I just had some. If y'all want to splurge on canned foods, the Patagonia brand mackerel, sardines, oysters,
Don't encourage
mussels are the bomb diggity. They're like overpriced, but they're so
They're
freaking good.
stupidly overpriced. Like it's ridiculous how much you pay for those
That's
stupid
so
things.
good. You just miss me, buddy? You just miss me? All right, what else we got, y'all? Any other questions, concerns, comments? Is there any prep for a DEXA scan? There's not really any prep. I would not probably like.
Don't eat and don't exercise the day that you're getting it.
Yeah,
Until after you get it.
But I've done that as well, and I don't think it skews the data that much.
It's not that much, but like you're probably gonna get your best results.
Yeah.
That way.
Yeah.
But there's no like nothing else you have to do.
But like with an in-body, it's going to be incredibly fluctuating. You know, it's going to fluctuate a lot based on how much your hydration is, if you've been drinking a lot of fluids. So there's pros and cons to each different testing modality. Some things I like the in-body for, something like the DEXA for, something like the skin fold caliper for. Wild caught, yes. I believe they're wild caught. I think everything through Patagonia is wild caught. They're really trying to take initiative for like sustainably sourced, ethical, you know, all that stuff. So definitely check them out. Check them out. I've also been on a tea kick lately. I haven't had coffee. How many months has it been though?
I don't know.
3? Probably 3 months at least. And I've been on a tea kick, and I've been drinking all different kinds of tea. Some tea with caffeine, some tea with no caffeine, like sleepy time teas for night. And
I feel like I just drank sleepy time tea. I'm so tired.
I'm a tea connoisseur now. Why you tired, babe? You walked 5 miles holding rides. That's pretty intense.
I did.
What's your step count?
I don't track.
Oura Ring emailed me and said they're gonna send me a new Oura Ring.
Yeah, I'm pretty good at that.
Yeah. Why'd they make rings that don't work that long though?
You've had it for a couple of years.
That one's new one. It's like
New by like a couple of years.
Year and a half, I think. Cannot find DEXA scan in my area. Where did you find? So I went to, there's a hospital in Little Rock, Arkansas, and they offer them to the public, and they're like super cheap. Like for me to get a DEXA scan, the first time was $50. Then every time after that first time was like $35, which is much cheaper than any other DEXA scan I've ever been to. So you may try and contact your like a hospital near you and see if they have a radiology / bone density department, imaging department, and they may offer DEXA scans to the public.
You can also just look up DEXA scan in your area and see if like any local gyms or any like studio type gyms have things like that. I know like Jamie has hers in Nebraska, all that kind of stuff. So you can definitely look them up, but a lot of them are going to be in a hospital.
Do you eat cod liver? Yes. I have not had it in this prep, but I had a lot of cod liver in my last prep, and I think it's, honestly, I like the taste of it. It's got a unique taste and texture. When you first see it, it's like, wow, I don't really want to eat that. But then, like, you taste it, it's not bad at all. I like it. A lot of gyms do free in-body scans. It's not as good. Yeah, a lot of, like, supplement stores, too, like GNC, they oftentimes have in-bodies that they'll let you use for free or for $10, or if you buy a product, they'll let you use it.
Like Crunch Fitness has a Fit 3D scan, and those are pretty decent. I mean, I don't think anything's going to be quite as good as DEXA, but
those are bioelectrical impedance too, right?
I'm not sure how they work.
I'm pretty sure. I mean, the best is going to be MRI, but that's going to be incredibly expensive.
Yeah.
And
I don't think anybody's going to be paying for an MRI.
Yeah. All right, what else we got? I bought your book, read it already. That's freaking awesome, Pete. Hopefully you got something out of it and enjoyed the book. I'm working on a course right now, which if y'all are interested, you can go to ketocontestprep.com and there's a landing page for my course, and you can put your email in. It's not live yet. I may actually change the domain name. It may not be Keto Contest Prep, but that's what it is right now. So if you put your email in there, you'll be the first to know about when that course goes live. And I'm probably going to have a pretty hefty discount for the first month that it goes live, or for the people that do submit their email initially. I'm not really sure exactly how I'm going to roll that out, but it's getting closer and closer to the launch date of the course.
Have to go to Louisville. Oh, no, never mind.
Have to go to what? My gym offers bod pod scans. Are they any good? Yeah, bod pod's good. Every testing modality has its pros and cons. So, I like to get multiple different tests. I like to get those tests and then do them the same day that I do like a caliper test, so that I can see how correlated they are. Or if your bathroom scale has a body fat test, that way you can see how correlated it is. Because even if your bathroom scale is not accurate, which it most certainly isn't, you can test it the same day that you do a more accurate test, just to kind of know how close it is. Thank you. And yeah, thank you for show. Have to go to Louisville to get DEXA scans. Yeah, sometimes you have to drive quite a ways.
Yeah, they usually are in larger cities for sure.
I'm tracking through the spreadsheet you offered. Yeah, that spreadsheet's literally the exact same spreadsheet I use myself. It's what I use for my clients. The spreadsheet's legit. I've been using that same spreadsheet for years, and it works. Raji, you're a little wiggle butt right now. Are you a wiggle butt? You tired? You tired? You tired?
While we'll check hospitals, but we'll check more so far local. They will only do a DEXA for osteoporosis. Otherwise, no luck so far. That's interesting.
Yeah, somehow, like, there's not one here in Northwest Arkansas either, which kind of is really frustrating. So I called several hospitals, and they said, yeah, you need to have your doctor's orders. I'm like, I don't have doctor's orders to go get a body scan.
The closest one we have is about 3 hours away.
Yeah. But it's close to where my family is, so when I go see them, I can schedule a DEXA. I would think more hospitals would be like, hey, we should offer this to the public and bring in more money. So I don't know. All right, what else we got, Joe? Anything else on the horizon? We do need a topic for next week too. So if anybody's got thoughts for a topic, we could do it on DEXA scans. Have a great week, guys. Got to chase my toddler. Have a great week. Mm-hmm. And to you, totally know the feeling now. Totally know the feeling. So yeah, we could do a topic. Have we done it before?
What, DEXA scans?
Just like different body fat testing modalities?
I don't know.
I'm not sure. I'll probably not get to what I want since I'm 25% body fat, but if I get rid of love handles, it would be a win. You can get to whatever you want to get to, Pete. You may have to do so over cycling through those phases a few times, but you can get to a lower body fat for sure. And when you lose the love handles, that's always good. What's up, buddy? We're going to go play? All right, we're going to go play. We're going to go on the floor and play. But we will talk about, since there's been a lot of questions about that, we will do that. We will talk about testing body fat modalities next live. So like bioelectrical impedance, DEXA scan, bod pod, MRI, in-body, all that stuff. So that's what we'll talk about next time. Appreciate y'all for tuning in. See you next time, y'all. Ta-ta for now.